Welcome to Sturge Entropia. This is Sturge, getting ready for episode 2 of the Beginner's Crafting series. The first video, episode 1, was overwhelmingly positive response. I really appreciate everyone for subscribing, all the comments, the positive and the negative comments as well. Everything said, Sturge, the best thing for you right now is to do the second episode. So here we go, we're off to Monria. By now I trust everyone knows of Calypso's only moon, Monria. The ever-changing moon. Yeah, constantly being updated, the storyline is just amazing. Virtual Sense team is doing a great job here. But you want to come here, whether you come by Sleipnir, you come by Quadwing, you warp, however you get here, getting to Monria is one of the most important things you do early on to get the mission chain started for a lot of experience. So let's get going. After landing in the space station and teleporting to the actual moon of Monria, which won't cost you anything. It costs you every other planet to teleport down to the surface, but this is a moon, remember, so there's no cost. You're going to come to the hub teleporter, run all the way to the back, up the second floor, and talk to Tobie. And Tobie, for the first time, is going to give you a series of missions you'll need to do. I'm just showing you what happens for the daily version. You'll want to pick up Tobie's missions if this is your first time here, or pick up the daily. If we go over to the Monria forums on the Virtual Sense website, you can come down to the missions tab. It's 3/4 of the way down on the Monria forums, and you will find the Tobie mission Monria Crafting Daily. Here are the steps you'll need to go through. Discover a Monria blueprint. If you're running with your basic filters blueprint, you're probably going to get a blueprint drop pretty quickly in the first maybe 50 or so clicks. Hopefully that'll be the case. Hopefully it's even faster than that. The next thing you'll need to do is craft a Monria item once you've turned in the first mission, and crafting a Monria item really would entail crafting a basic filter. So that's so straightforward and easy. Can't beat that one. Next up, you're going to want to successfully craft your basic filters 100 times, and then turn in that mission, and then that brings up the daily mission, which is successfully craft Monria items 500 times. So, once you're there, you're set, you're good to go. You can do this on Calypso, or you can do it on Monria. Now someone's going to say, hey Sturge, it says you could do this with the EP1 blueprint and nanocubes at the trade terminal. And of course, yes you can, but remember from the first video as I mentioned, the cost of an EP1 blueprint is right around 90 to 100 PED right now for a 100 quality rating blueprint. Now you might be able to get one cheaper with a quality rating of, let's say, maybe 1. You could probably get that for 18, 20, 30 PED. But if you don't have access to that, then I suggest using the basic filters blueprint to get this mission complete. And then later, if you've got a lot of PED to spend, then you can go after the EP1 blueprint if you'd like. Now let's take a look at the rewards for each of those, the first 3 missions that you are going to do for Tobie, and of course then the daily, which is 75 PEC of engineering skills. All of these are going to give engineering skills. When you add up the first 3 with the daily, it's 96 PEC, almost a full PED in engineering skill the first time you run this. If you're level 1, rank 1 in engineering, this should put you into like the 3rd or 4th rank. I can't tell you exactly because I don't know. I haven't actually done those numbers, and I can't seem to find a calculator either that's functioning that will help me see what would happen if you started at level rank 1 engineering and then got 96 PEC of engineering skill, where that would put you. Plus, there are going to be crafting skill gains along the way as you've done some of this crafting, so it's not going to be as exact, but I can pretty much guarantee you're not going to be hurting after this. And that's the reason I say come do this mission, because this is so much engineering skill that you can do daily, and you don't have to necessarily do it on Monria. You can do this mission, complete it on Calypso. You just have to come back to Monria to turn it in. Now, the experience you gain from this mission chain and then the daily mission itself will advance your success rate while crafting any blueprint using the engineering skill. Definitely, we'll go into the tailoring, the vehicle crafting, and the gun and the armor, all that later. But what we're looking for now, as I mentioned earlier, is quality rating. And if you're starting with a quality rating of 1, you're going to want to see these quality rating icons and the symbols on the far right. And you can see one right here at 426, attempt number 426 is that little kind of square thing with a plus on the top right of it. And I'm going to use this example here to show you at the end of this run how many quality rating increases I got for 432 clicks. And it looks like there's 6 here. So you can see that they happen very randomly. And that's actually the case with the quality rating increases. They happen randomly. Sometimes you'll do 1,000 clicks and you'll only get a couple. Sometimes you do 10 clicks and almost every click will be a quality rating increase. And I've read a lot of discussion about this over time on the forums, in various chats and Twitch streams and so forth. It's just random. The problem is sometimes you can push the slider bar from quantity to condition and force a quality rating increase, but really and truly it's just going to be random. The take-home message here is you want to get your blueprint to 100 quality rating because your overall success rate will be maximized at that point. It'll be 95% chance of success. And that's the thing you might be able to do by just buying a quality rating 100 blueprint. But if you don't have the PED card for that, then it's better to try to get a blueprint to that quality rating 100 if you can do it. And you, over long periods of time, this isn't going to happen overnight. It's not even going to happen in a few sessions of crafting. It will take months to get a quality rating 100 blueprint from 1 to 100. But then, think about it this way. That blueprint has tremendous value now. And when we talk about that, it has the maximized value for a blueprint. If you can afford increased quality rating blueprints, buy them. If you can't, you're just going to have to run a few clicks. And by a few, I mean probably several thousand to increase the quality rating as you go. But I don't want that to be a discouragement to you because there is so much else that's going to come along. And I want to talk more about blueprints and specifically skill increase bonus blueprints. This is right now, if you're level 0 to 5, a basic filters blueprint is SIB. So let's get into the blueprints that drop from this basic filters blueprint. So you can see here, I'm back on Calypso at the Aegis Mound teleporter, and I'm just doing my final clicks for the day on the basics filters blueprint to demonstrate the point that you can actually do these the DSEC still waiting on supplies daily mission. And I'm just going to go through and click on symbols in the far right top and then just do it in descending order. And you can see there's a blueprint in there. There are quite a few quality rating increases, lots of residue. The little tool means skill gains, but there actually are some more blueprints in here. And I want to show you these blueprints so that you can see what drops from 659 clicks of this particular blueprint. And all I'm going to do here is show you what blueprints I got to drop from those 659 clicks. This is typical of my run, and this quality rating is 50 plus for my basic filters. It's going to be different for you. If your success rate is going to be different, the number of blueprints that drop is going to be different. It's going to be random. But here is a typical run for me, given that I have so many copies of the basic blueprints that drop early on. And that was my experience when I first started crafting, is that I got all of the blueprints that I didn't know that I needed or wanted. Basic tubes, basic wires, basic engine, basic socket components. All of those blueprints dropped. And now that I have copies of those and that those have higher quality ratings, I don't get them anymore. Now I get things like basic sheet metal, which I don't need. I get basic screws, which I don't need. But that's okay. That's my experience. When you're first starting out, you should be getting all of the interesting and hopefully useful blueprints like basic bearings, basic wires, basic tube, and so forth. And I hopefully leave comments down below if that's what you're seeing as we progress through this series of crafting guide videos. I want to cover a couple more things before I wrap up this video. One of the next best blueprints for beginning crafters is the basic auxiliary socket blueprint, because it's simply 1 Listerium ingot and 2 oil. So it's just the next step up from the basic filters blueprint. And again, you can get Listerium and oil on any planet, so you can craft this on any planet. Sadly, basic auxiliary sockets don't have a lot of markup, but there are periods of time where you can find that. So you might be able to resell these, but that really isn't the whole point. It's that here is another blueprint that you can use to gain skill and, for the daily Monria mission for that matter. I want to give you words of encouragement. If you will remember, the last video I actually made quite a bit of those basic filters, 2350 of them. And since they're worth a peck a piece, that's 23.5 ped worth of basic filters, and I sold them. Took a day and a half, but I sold them for 25 PED at 106 point whatever percent. Let's take a look at the sale here. 106.38%. As I said, it was 106 to 109% currently for the basic filters. So I want to use that as encouragement. If you generate enough of something and you're auction house savvy enough, you are able to sell, on Calypso at least, basic filters. And that's something I'm going to go into way down the line, is know your planet, know what you're trying to sell that you've crafted on each planet. And that way you're getting some of your losses back early on. I didn't profit from that run, but I definitely didn't lose near as much as I would have had I not sold those on the auction house for a tiny bit of markup. That's the way you're going to have to play this, and it's going to take time. But I'm hoping that you see that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You can sell your products, and you can craft and gain the skills. And I want that for you. I want you to become a success crafting in the Entropia Universe. Thanks for watching. This is Sturge, signing off. Ciao.